Hello and welcome to episode 11 of DimCraft. Now, I just realised as I walked in here, this is new. This was done by Hulky, and basically this is the nether hub. This is where my portal has always been, and we're turning it into a sort of a cave, sort of an underground cave. I thought it was a nice idea. Now, got a lot to do in this episode, but how much of it is going to be recorded? There may well just be lots of jump cuts between different things, purely because it's such a long process. Even doing this next part with time-lapsing would mean the time-lapse would either have to go on for an hour or you wouldn't see anything. It happened so quickly. So I think we're going to just not do that. So as you know, in the last episode, we got ourselves onto 1.14.4 on Minecraft versions, and I'm stuck. There we go, I'm out. And that meant that the iron farm that we had started to build stopped working. There's no point in continuing the build, it was just not going to work. So what we did instead was build a new one. That's what I'm going to be spending a lot of my time doing throughout this episode, even though most of the time you're not going to see what we've done. But basically what we've done so far is very, very, very little. Let me just quickly see if I can fly away. Yay! There we are. So this is where the iron farm was. It was just above this trees, and it was all up here, and now it's gone. And there's all our villagers, and there's a zombie, which is nice. And there's lots of mobs because somebody hasn't been sleeping. So what we got here is, at the moment, the start of 2 killing systems. There's going to be 4 of them. And because this particular setup can be expanded, it's modular. So I saw a video that came out a few days ago from DocM, and he created a pretty stable iron farm, a single module, and I've been playing around with that on... I will kill you in the face! Oh, I missed. There. Aha! He interrupted me. Oh, we've got... Oh my god, there are 3 creepers. 4 creepers. I didn't want to do this intro anyway. Anyway, this fills up time. This fills up time. Excellent. Let's carry on killing the things badly. Die. There's one. I'm like Robin Hood or something. There. Done. Where was I? Yes. So here is what we've got so far, which is just the beginning of the killing system. There's not much really to see yet. The module that DocM had shown us it had issues. I think he rushed out that video a little bit too quickly, because obviously 1.14.4 had only recently come out, and he wanted to have an iron farm that works well in 14.4, and to be fair, he achieved that exactly, but I don't feel he had the time to test it for very long, because I found lots of niggling little problems, and some of those niggling little problems would actually completely stop the farm from working after, say, 20 minutes of AFK. So I've got those fixed. I've been in a creative world for about 2 days, just constantly trying different things. And what we're going to do, so he created these singular modules, which requires 6 villagers and a zombie. And you'll see once we've done it. And there is... On the way I've set it up, there's going to be 3 levels, so 3 modules here on this one, just here. Then we'll have another 3 above this one, and then we're going to make another 2 sets of these behind it. So, you know, we've got 12 of his modules, Now I've done a little bit of calculations now that I've got all the little bugs ironed out from the version that he'd uploaded, and I'm confident that we will get, on a bad day, 7,000 iron ingots per hour, and on a good day 8.5, possibly 9,000 per hour. And the most ridiculous thing about that is that if I wanted to, and I wanted to put in the extra effort, I've worked out how many of these modules I could fit properly within a space where they'd all be loaded and all working. I can theoretically get this up to about 25,000 iron per hour. I think that's a little overkill. In fact, I know this is overkill. What we're going for here is overkill. So I won't be doing that. Maybe if I'm ever having a live stream day and I don't know what to do, maybe I'll add a module here and there. But yeah, this is going to be a big job. Building this in creative took the best part of about 4 or 5 hours, and that was with the help of obviously being in creative and using Weld Edit to copy and paste things across and things like that. So it's a big job. This is going to take many hours. He's made a very simple module, but it's just awkward to build. There's not much to it. There's not a single piece of redstone to his build at all. There is no redstone needed whatsoever. There's not a single door needed. Nothing. It's just 6 villagers being scared by zombies. Hello, Dim. And that's it. That's all it is. So I'm going to get started on this with Dim. And thank you, Windows. You're not supposed to make bing noises whilst I'm recording. I'm going to get on with this with Dim, and maybe I'll pop back and give you a few progress updates. Well, like I said, progress updates. This is literally only about, I don't know, 45 minutes after we last spoke. And we now have 4 pretty water holders, where this one's even the prettiest because of all the changes of colour as it goes into the warmer waters. It looks really pretty. We've put in some signs here because we will be placing lava here, which is where the columns will be falling down and being burnt to a crisp. So I think the next thing we're going to do is create the collection system. So we're going to be bringing in hoppers at the bottom to collect, and then I think we're going to bring it all down to here and make a storage area here. So this will be the place where you'd pick it all up. But yeah, that's probably going to take a bit of time because I have not, even in my test world, did not design that. So we'll have to wing it, see how it goes. Oh dear Lord. So this has taken probably combined, not including the base part of it, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 hours. Maybe, I don't know. It seems to have gone on forever. So we've got these. I can't remember what you saw before because it's been so long. It's the next morning now, yeah, in real life for me. So over there we now have, I'll show you quickly. It's not decorated or anything, but we now have the collection system in place, and there it all is. It's just a bunch of chests. And what we have done over here is only managed 2 modules. And to give you an idea, the first one was an absolute nightmare because it was the first time we'd ever done it in survival, and it wasn't simple. Villagers weren't too bad once we'd fixed a few kinks in our system, and now when we did the second module, the villagers were very quick and easy. The zombie. Oh my god, the zombie. Guys, if you ever make this, you really want to go test it. Go make a very simple area somewhere else. Maybe initially in creative so you can get everything set up. Then put yourself into survival and try and get that to go through. Oh my word, it's not easy. They don't want to go into the cauldron. They will not go into the cauldron unless you do some very specific things. I'm not going to explain it here. You need to go find out for yourself. It's not fun. Even when we knew how to do it the second time around, it still took the best part of an hour to get the zombie in there because some other things went wrong with putting him in and keeping him there. But we think we've got it down, so the third one should hopefully be a little bit quicker. That's the hope anyway. Oh, and I see we've got a yeah, that would make sense. So the top one isn't doing much at the moment because of this guy. I don't know if I'll be able to land properly. I've been really bad at landing today. One thing also to note, when you're playing with zombies, don't keep your armor on if it's got thorns. Thorns 3, Thorns 3, Thorns 3. Yeah, the very first zombie we tried to move, we got it finally caught, we put a name tag on it and we got it into a minecart and we were all really happy. And then I went up to the minecart to push him, and as I touched the minecart, he died. So yeah, so many zombies. We've probably gone through about 8 zombies so far, just for this one. So it's, yeah, it could be better. It's not easy, but what I'll do is I'll give you another progress update. Maybe it may be a long way off now, because I'm thinking, oh, he's gone into the water. I'm thinking it's probably no point in giving you guys a progress update now until we've completed it. So as you can see, there's one module there, one module here, there'll be a third module here. Then we're going to do the exact same thing on that one, and that one. And to give you an idea, we completed this first module on its own, without this one, last night. And I decided, what the hell, let's AFK and just see what happens. And that gave me about 2.5 or 2 and a bit double chests of items. So it'll be obviously poppies and iron. And I think it gave me 8 or 9, what it worked out as, it was about 8 or 9 stacks of iron blocks, not iron ingots. And that's from 1. And we're going to have 12. So 12 times that amount. So that means an AFK will give me a lot. About 111 stacks of blocks of iron for one night. So yeah, this will be productive, and once it's running, we'll probably do 1 or 2 AFK sessions and never come back here again. There'll be no need. One other downside to note is the number of villagers, those guys there. Obviously we've got a villager breeder over here, and there's probably somewhere between 70 and 100 villagers. You know, we've taken out 12 of them so far, but obviously there's more to come. Being in this area, because of all those villagers, slows down our server noticeably. Even though if we check normally, he says TPS is 20, so it looks like it's all good. I can assure you it is not all good. We do get a lot of lag whilst we're over here. As soon as we both leave here, the server runs normally again, and it's just because of all the extra pathfinding and AI that the villagers have now. It puts quite the strain onto the server. So I'm hoping that again, once this is completed, we can destroy this area, so that will reduce the number of villagers that we've got. We'll still have a lot of villagers here, but I'm hoping that once we've destroyed that area, and we come here to do a couple of AFK sessions, we will never ever have to come back, and therefore the server will be all good. And maybe 1.15 they're talking about making more performance improvements, so maybe that'll be one of the things they improve anyway. But yeah, that's a very long update, because this really is, we're looking at the bare minimum of taking 2 hours per module if we've got it down well now, I think. So that means 2, 4, 6, 12, 18, just 20 more hours of work here just to get this done. That is why this is a longer update, because I don't want to do 20 hours of work and then have 2 minutes of video for it. We will also be making probably an outside to this, make it into some kind of building, make it look pretty. The pretty stuff we'll show you as and when we get there, but we're getting there. I'll let you let me get back to doing this, and I'll see you in my time in about 20 hours or so. Well, look what we've done. that took forever. So I started this on a Saturday night, and I spent, I don't know, along with Dim, I spent about 3 or 4 hours building up the base part of this, and maybe I think making 1 or 2 of these little modules. And I realized then how much of a task this was going to be. Ooh, XP. How much of a task this was going to become. And so Sunday, I think I started this at around 9 AM. And I think I finished... Well, I didn't finish on Sunday. In fact, on Sunday, I stopped at about 10 or 11 PM because my eyes weren't working. Now, obviously, I ate and I spent some time away, but I wouldn't be surprised if I spent 8 or 9 hours on it yesterday, and that was with both Dim for pretty much all of the time, and we also had Sir Hulk come in for the evening to help as well. And this morning I managed to get the last 2 modules done, so now we have 3, 6, 9, 12 modules. Dim, oh hello. Sorry, he's interrupting. Let's see if he's got anything worth having. He has rubbish. Hello. He has nothing. Nothing at all. But thanks for interrupting me. That was great. Yeah. So over here, what we've done, this is all Dim basically down here. So she has created this. It doesn't sort or anything like that at the moment. It's just a storage system. And I recently cleared it out. Oh. Okay. There we go. So in the time that I've been here on, I suppose, no, I did go AFK for a bit. No, okay, fair enough. That might have been a few hours worth. But basically, last night I went AFK for about 6 hours, and we were missing 2 or 3 of our modules. 3 modules still to go, and yeah, we made quite a few iron blocks, as you can see. And as you can see here, we've got all this up to there, and then we also have the same on this side, and that goes up to there. So yeah, it's sufficient. I wouldn't suggest building one this big. One, because of just how long it takes. It is such a pain to build these modules, especially with getting the zombie in and the villagers in. And that's the other thing. There are so many villagers here that it really, really hurts the server. Whilst we're here, there's nothing we can do about it. It just kills the server. There's so much lag. So the idea is to only come here when nobody else is on the server, and AFK, you know, overnight sort of thing. And hopefully, after doing that a few times, that will actually be the last we'll ever have to come here anyway. I don't think we'll have to come here again, because as you can see, that's a cough. As you can see, look, we got all this iron, and that was after only a night's worth of AFKing, and I think I've got some more somewhere. I've also been putting in the poppies into here, composting it, which is creating us some bone meal here. I mean, it's not exactly exciting stuff, but you know, it's there. It's something. We might as well use the poppies. I'll maybe, I mean, there's so many poppies. I could easily get a double chest full and just turn it all into red dye. You know, it's very simple. So yeah, this is the storage room, and if I go this way, and sorry about my textures, this isn't how they normally look, but I was using this so that I could count blocks easier. Over here in this one, yes, I chose the right one. Woo. This is the AFK room. It is literally, you stand here, you put your stuff in there, and this is where you stay not to be killed. That's all that is, but it puts you right in the middle of all of these, so they're all loaded up. And in about a week we'll land. There we go. And I'll quickly fly off. Now you'll notice, I'll show you up there in a second, but you'll notice maybe after I've slept that we now have the portal by the entrance, because before that portal was kind of, there's some strange noises. It was up here, and that was where we were building the original iron farm. That has now gone. We've destroyed it all. The villagers had been burnt to death that were left to try and reduce the extra lag that was being produced here. And yeah, we will also, I think, maybe in this episode even, although it'll be another huge task, surround this entire thing in glass, because we can. And I just noticed somewhere, where was it? I just saw an iron golem in the wrong place, which would stop the productivity. That's the downside. If an iron golem manages to somehow spawn somewhere because you've forgotten to do something, it will stop so many of these from working because they can see him. I'm either going blind and I can't see him anymore, or he was never here in the first place and I was imagining it. But yeah, that's the system. That's what it looks like. It's very simple. Maybe at some point I can go through how to make one of these modules, because I got this from DocM, but there were some bugs in the one that he made, and it made it pretty much unusable after about 10 or 20 minutes. So I made some minor corrections, but he didn't do a full tutorial on it anyway, so maybe I will either add it into one of my episodes or make it into an episode of its own. So yeah, I think the next stage is to clear up some of this mess. I've got a lot of mess in here as well, and then look at covering this in glass, and maybe I'll do that in the form of a time lapse. Look, we did a thing. It's a very big thing. I'm going to say we, I mean me. Everyone had who had helped with building the iron farm did not want to help with the pretties. I don't blame them. That didn't take as long as I thought, but it still took maybe 3 or 4 hours to put this on it. I've decided not to put, you see I've got a black strip of glass here. I've decided not to put that on the sides or the back because I need to be able to fly in there, because occasionally golems get stuck and I need to fly in, and I'd be more like a fly bashing against each side otherwise. Alright, so this has been done, thank the Lord. It really does as I've mentioned numerous times, it really does hurt the server. So I am trying not to be here too often now, because over the last few days we've been running this, and yeah, there's really no need to be running it anymore. But look, the hulky bone meal creator 900 billion squillion billion version 0.1 patent pending. And this was much better. You remember I was putting the poppies, yes. Put the poppies into a little thing over here, it was, and then I was taking out the bone meal. Well, now I don't have to do that. Now I put them in here, see, and if I see, I haven't been here long, that's why there's hardly anything in here. Oh no, oh no, is there any in here? A little bit. Okay, that'll do. So we put them where? I was sure that went into my inventory. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. I see them now. Bing. And then they go in. Look, it takes them like 2 at a time, and it turns it into bone meal. And look at all the bone meal we got. We turned them into bone blocks. There were so many. So that works really well. That's another awesome thing. Obviously, I stopped using this when I decided to make the outside of this thing red, and we used the poppies for that. At the moment, not much going on here. Surprised I'm not seeing iron coming in. Maybe it's because I've only just got here and they haven't started dropping, or it could be that we've got a couple of golems stuck up there. I don't know. It's not important, because every single one of these shulker boxes is full of blocks of iron, apart from these two here. All of these blocks of iron, many much. So what I'm going to do is, I wanted to thank Dim, and I wanted to thank Hulky, and I was just going to give them lots of iron, and that was the end of it. I am going to do that for Dim, but for Hulky, I think I already gave him something yesterday, and I can't even remember what it was, but I gave him something as a thank you. Oh, that was it. I gave him a shulker box full of lanterns. Yes, I remember now. And before I talk any more about the thank yous, let's see if I can. No, see what I mean? Taking off not so easy in this area. So this is the top, and you may notice when I get into rendering distance of them. Here we are. Got quite a few cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cats. And yeah, they all just started spawning up here. This turned into a cat spawning territory, so I have tamed them all. I cannot, for the life of me, without pushing, I can't get them down. I thought if I put them in the stand position, meow to you too. If I put them in the stand position, I could just fly down to the bottom, and then they'd teleport to the nearest block. They did not. They just carried on walking around up here. So they're very, very similar to real cats, because they don't care less about the owner. That's nice. But yeah, they're sitting there. I haven't really played with the new cats. I don't know if you can change their collar colour like you can with dogs. That'd be cool if you can. But yeah, they're cute. The new one, we've got 2 different colours eyes, and yeah, we've got a few over here. I think that's the same as the old one. Yeah, that's the same as the old one. This is a new one again, with a pink bit in the middle. Yeah, got me some cats. They're going to live here forever. At least it'll stop creepers. I mean, that's something. Obviously lit this area up so it doesn't turn into a mob spawner. And then down there... Well, I can see the villagers. I don't see anything wrong. Yet it doesn't seem to be producing any iron golems right now. Maybe I'll reboot the server and that'll fix that. Again, not a problem, because we have all the irons that we'll ever need. Now about that, maybe I should take some more iron actually, because I want to have some in my base so that I never need iron again. So let's do that. Let's grab some iron. Let's get a couple more shulker boxes. That's me done for iron for life. And let's get ourselves back. Oh, you might notice as well, I have a slime head in my inventory. So we recently added the more mob heads data pack, courtesy of Azuma Void's website. And yeah, I went off and killed some slimes that were hanging around my area, and I got a slime head, which is nice. Look, boing. Now I'm a slime head. I probably should press F5. There it is. I also got myself a what did I get? An Enderman one. That wasn't easy or quick. That took about an hour of Enderman farming, because it's something like 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 10,000 chance of them dropping from the Endermans. Come on, there you go, server. Good boy. There. So yeah, we've got lots of heads. We could probably play around with that, do something with it. If I go back into my portal, and oh, get destroyed, get wrecked. Yeah. Oh, look at that server lag. Nice. That's because of the farm we just loaded up. Unfortunately, I will need to reboot. Definitely, this is not good. Let's kill them off. There, all gone. Do I get another head? No, no other head. I was one of them. I didn't take that up. Whoops. There we go. All done and dusted. So what do we want to do? What we want to do now, apart from eat, nom nom, and oh, might as well show you whilst I'm here. Heads, lots of cod heads, or as I like to call them, green heads. Cods drop a lot of heads, so that will be eventually going around here, much like I've got all of these I don't know if you can see those banners down there from the raids. I keep on adding them, and hopefully that will go to the end and then all the way down here as well. I have also changed out here. Out here has changed because I was getting complaints from a certain individual, not naming them Hulky, that this was lagging out their PC. Their local PC was lagging a lot when they were coming near here because of all the particle effects. So I've replaced them with tropical fish, and this only took about 3 hours, but it's done, and I must admit I quite like it. So let's get ourselves over to the shopping district, and I will talk about what we're going to do next. Here we are. Right, this is where I wanted to be, the mail room. I've made a few things. I've got a little thank you note here. That's me. That's Dim. This goes into Dim's as a little thank you, and then we give her that and that. That should be pleasing. And secondly, now for Sir Hulk, he has plenty of iron. He has his own personal iron farm. He sells iron, so it seems pointless giving him these shulker boxes. So instead, I've written a proposal. It says, "Dear Hulky, to thank you for your help with the iron farm, I was going to gift you a shulker full of iron blocks, but my Hulky doesn't need iron. My Hulky always wants more diamonds so he can lord it over the rest of us that he's the richest DimCrafter. As such, I come with a proposal. No, not that kind. We agreed at the start of the season that we would not open competing shops. So my idea is that I sell my iron at your shop, and you take a commission. We reduce the prices of the iron, and you take maybe 20% of the diamonds. Please let me know if this works for you as a thank you for all your help. Love and kisses, Mr. Witsy." So yeah, I thought let's sell the iron at his place. I'll put the proposal in there for him. The iron prices are quite high at the moment, so I was thinking reduce the iron prices because we have so much of it, and then we sell it through him. And he doesn't have to do anything. I restock it all. I provide all of the equipment, and he takes a percentage of the diamonds that we get as profit. I think he'll like that. So hopefully he'll be okay with that. So I think that is it for today. We have, I don't believe how long this has taken. The best part of a week of work to get this stuff done. As you saw, we've updated this so that we've got the fish in there to reduce the lag. I've even done some live streams about completely unrelated things over there. We've created this entire iron farm, and yeah, we've created this proposal to Sir Hulk. So I'm sorry this one was a very samey episode. It was all based around the iron farm, but it was a huge project. Perhaps projects this size in the future should be split up over a couple of episodes so I can do other things in between, which I think I will do. So I hope you all had a great time. I obviously still have my Twitch account where you can go there and watch me live streaming. I live streamed last night with Sir Hulk. And if you like the video, please click like or subscribe. Thank you very much.